Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at Ice Punch Ursaluna in the Master League Premier Cup. We have again here some test battles because I'm currently away, but it's still a very good opponents and also all have some legend gear on as well. So it's going to be definitely very competitive as you're going to get a great lead there with the Garchomp, but our entire team beats Garchomp. So we're going to be able to just stay in here with our Gyarados. And we're going to have here a very cool double high horsepower team, which is a lot of fun, and honestly this is my favorite team to use. I used this team already last time this cup was available, but with Thunder Punch of course on the on the Ursaluna, and I used Ursaluna as a safe swap because you were able to bait out something like the Gyarados, which was really nice here. But now we have Ice Punch, we rather want to use it as a closer, but honestly the main MVP of this team is not the Ursaluna. It is not the Gyarados, it is the Mamoswine. As you might see already here, this Pokemon is just sweeping entire teams left and right. It is insane. Like, I honestly can't believe how strong this Pokemon is. It is wild how overpowered this Pokemon is, honestly. It just completely destroyed so many teams on its own. And like, honestly, it's so strong. One Pokemon that I hate to face is Everluck, by the way. Everluck, again, with this team is kind of tricky to deal with. And the normal variant, especially like the other Hisuian variant, is a little bit easier to deal with because it's a little bit less bulky. But this variant is a lot of, like, it's a huge pain to be fair to deal with. But here we're going to just stay in. We're going to just leave it like that. And we're going to be able to go for an Awkward Tail here right now. This is going to do hopefully a lot of damage. But now they're going to use a shield, which is also pretty fine. I'm going to now be able to go into our Mamoswine. We're going to shield out one move here. Hopefully it's the Avalanche, but no, they're going to bait me with the Body Slam here right now. And we're going to be able to now let this move go through. This should only be the Body Slam and farm them all the way down. This is going to allow us to have a ton of energy. And energy on Mamoswine is basically a cheat code for this current meta. There is basically nothing that can deal with Mamoswine if you have energy on this Pokemon. There is literally no Pokemon that wants to swap into this Pokemon here. Even a Gyarados, like any water type, usually has some kind of weakness against high horsepower. So here, for example, Gyarados coming in, we can go for the Avalanche, and as you're going to see here right now, it's going to do a ton of damage and also going to put them low enough that our Ursaluna can just go in here and tackle them down. Stab Tackle, while it doesn't generate too much energy and it's not the best move ever, it's still going to do a ton of damage, which is really nice. It's a Water Gun clone, and you see a Water Gun quite often, so definitely a decent fast move still, even though like a lot of people complain that they wanted to see the Shadow Claw. Here this opponent forgot to TM their fast move on the Shadow Mamoswine. This is, I guess, someone that used it for raids, which is definitely a disadvantage here because, I mean, we still had a decent lead otherwise, but now, like this, we're going to have a great advantage for this upcoming matchup here because, of course, Mud Slap is not even the worst move ever because they have a great matchup standing against all the steel types, but of course against a Gyarados, it's not what you want to have here. But in comes now the opponent's Gyarados, which can go for Awkward here. I can try to farm them all the way down, and we literally barely farm them all the way down. But now we have 100 energy on our Mamoswine. And we're going to get the shield from the opponent here. They're going to go ahead and go for another move. And again, Mamoswine going to go ahead and just completely destroy this opponent. We will be able to go for an Avalanche. This is going to knock out the Mamoswine from the opponent here, which of course has the wrong fast move. But honestly, I don't think it would have mattered here, as you're going to see the Dragonite coming in. This is going to be a very short game here as the Mamoswine sweeps again. Honestly, the best Pokemon right now available is a safe swap in my opinion. But of course, needs some answer against Hexorus in the lead, which we're going to have here thanks to the Dragon Breath damage from our Gyarados. We're going to be able to resist the fast move of the opponent, as well as Breaking Swipe is only neutral. In comes now the Florges. I'm going to go ahead and go into my Ursaluna. Not sure if this was the right play, maybe I should have went into my Mamoswine instead. But I'm going to be able to go ahead and shield up the Moonblast and go for the high horsepower immediately. This doesn't knock them out, but it's going to do a ton of damage, as you can see here right now. Putting them into a range where I can farm them down afterwards, and I easily can take a Moonblast from the opponent here as well. As I'm going to be able to get to another Ice Punch here, and this most likely going to get the shield from the opponent. So we're going to be in a very great spot here, as this is going to get shielded up, but we can still do a ton of damage with our fast move, as you see here. And the opponent even going to throw, which is not necessary for them, but was a very good for us, because now we get rid of some energy. Go for our own charge move against the opponent's Hexorus, knock them out, or get the shield here, which is also fine. And I'm going to leave my shield for the Mamoswine. Mamoswine with a shield advantage is overpowered. But they're going to have a Charizard in the back, and honestly, because they are running a Shiny Shadow Charizard fully mixed out here, I kind of want to give them the kill. I know that I could shield this up and just win the game, But look at this Blast Burn, like I couldn't just leave the opponent there without a kill if they run something that cool like the Shadow Cherry. Shadow Cherry is up there as a shiny, very cool Pokemon there, fully maxed out as well. It was great to see that one, very cool spice there. Next opponent, Dragonite in the lead. There's something where you're going to swap out because you have basically decent-ish matchups everywhere. But your Mamoswine going to be preferred, and of course Ice Punch later on from Ursaluna can be also preferred against Dragonite, so definitely something that I would recommend you. If you face it in the lead, you should most likely swap out into your Mamoswine, trying to get some switch advantage later on maybe, or just in general play those matchups out. Here we're going to see the opponent letting the Avalanche go through, allowing us to farm them all the way down. And the worst thing that they can do, I guess, for me would be go back into the Dragonite right now. But no, they're gonna go ahead and actually go into the Excadrill, allowing me to swap onto the Drill Run into our Gyarados right now, which is amazing, as now we're going to be able to go ahead and get to the Awkward Tail in time as well, because we went for a few fast moves earlier against the Dragonite. We were able to outspeed the opponent. They go straight for the Rock Slide right now. But what do they really want to do? We have a ton of energy on our Mamoswine, and again, Mamoswine going to be able to beat this opponent here for sure. They have a ton of energy, so I'm going to let them throw here against my Ursaluna. Might be a superpower. Let's take a look at this. Going to be the superpower. And now I can swap out onto the fast move into my Mamoswine, going for the Avalanche here, trying to knock them out, and this is going to be the KO, as you're going to see the Excadrill coming in. We will be able to go for another Avalanche, and this is going to knock out the opponent as well here. Good game there, another Mamoswine sweep. This Pokemon, honestly, the most insane Pokemon for the Master League Premier Cup. Super underrated as well. I don't really see it too often, but it is super strong. We're going to see another Gyarados in the lead. Against a Mirror lead here, you usually kind of want to stay in. And you usually don't really want to give up a shield, in my opinion. Because even if here, for example, we're going to get the defense drop, which is of course ideal for us. Even like this, we're going to be able to go for the Awkward Tail most likely and get them low. This is a CMP tie as well, which is going to be nice. But we're going to be able to have now a shield advantage with our Mamoswine. And as said before, if you have a shield as well as a switch advantage, which you're going to see here right now as well, we're going to have both. There's basically nothing that really wants to deal with it. Like, there's nothing that really wants to go ahead and play against a Mamoswine, because Mamoswine is just destroying everything with its insane charge moves. Like, honestly, high horsepower plus Avalanche is insanely strong, and as you can see here right now, the Excadrill can take one move. We can still swap out into our Ursaluna, take the Drill Run, which is... Ursaluna is just a little bit bulkier than the Mamoswine. And now we're going to get the Hexros out of the way, but we still have a ton of energy on our other Pokemon. We can go ahead and let this move go through, and we still get to the Ice Punch here, which is going to do a decent amount of damage, I guess, against the opponent. Debuffed already, doesn't knock them out, but gonna put them very, very low, and we're gonna see the Gyarados coming in, which we can farm all the way down. We just have to get to 2 charge moves here, which we have right now, and we're going to be able to win this game pretty easily, as well as the Mamoswine is going to be able to now just shield up and be able to go ahead and go for the Avalanche here. Good game there. Again, very decent game for us, and I think actually I went unbeaten, I think, with this team. But I'm not sure about this. Maybe I actually lost one game. I'm actually not sure about this, but I thought I went unbeaten with this team. But yeah, otherwise, if you enjoy this team and if you enjoy this showcase, please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely helps me out. As you're going to see here, the opponent going for one Mirror Shot with their Magnezone. Not really ideal for us, but we can go ahead and let this move go through now. I was a little bit scared that they have maybe Flash Cannon, so that's why I went for the shield first. I'm gonna go for the bait here right now, and you know already, I'm baiting too often, and as you can see here right now, definitely didn't work out for me, but I can still go for another charge move here and knock them out if they want to let me knock them out. But no, they're going to shield this move up, and I'm going to let this move go through here right now, trying to now sweep endgame with my Ursaluna. Let's take a look at this one. We're going to see the move coming through from the opponent. It's going to be the Mirror Shot, and I can try to farm them all the way down. As you're going to see now, the Electivire coming in. I bet they're going to have a triple electric team because I just know this player. This is of course not really the most meta team that you're going to encounter here. Even though Electivire is a very strong Pokemon for this meta, because you have Ice Punch as well as the Wild Charge doing a ton of damage against basically everything. But as you're going to see here right now, the Ice Punch is coming through from the opponent. I can go for my own Ice Punch, trying to knock them out. Let's take a look at this one. They're going to go ahead and let this go through, and we're going to see the Ampharos coming in. And of course, I'm going to try to catch a move, which didn't work out. At this point of time, I only have one hope, that they either don't have, okay, actually 2, if they don't have Thunder Punch, it would have been fine. They do have Thunder Punch, but now we have to survive this move, and it's going to be a brutal swing. We just barely survive, and we actually can still survive another Volt Switch as well, which is super insane, as we can go for the high horsepower, and we win with 1 HP. What a game, good game there. Let's take a look at the next one. We're going to have here now the Gyarados against a Togekiss. Fairly bad lead for us, but we can swap out here, and we have now Ice Punch on our other Pokemon as well. As we're going to get out the Swampert here. Swampert going to be okay for us as well because we can go for the Avalanche, but if you didn't know, with a Mamoswine, you can take one Hydro Cannon from this range still. And this will allow us to go for another Avalanche, getting either the shield or the switch advantage. Both of them going to be super fine, and we're actually going to get the switch advantage here, which I really like because I know the opponent would know that they're going to end up against the Gyarados again, which is not really ideal for them because they can't hit it. But like this, I will be able to just go ahead and stay in here. I'm pretty sure this is an Ancient Power, this was very fast. And they're going to go ahead and now I have to take the Ice Punch, which is going to be very nice, but we're also going to get them into Awkward Tail range soon as well. But now in comes the Snorlax. Snorlax has Lick as a fast move, that's double resisted, but of course they have Body Slam as well as the Superpower, which would do a ton of damage. So we're going to swap out now into our Gyarados, letting the opponent go for a charge move here. It's going to be the Body Slam here, but we can now go ahead and go for the Awkward Tail, which is going to do hopefully some decent damage here. And it definitely does some decent damage, but we can let the next move go through. It's going to be another Body Slam. We should be able to take 2. And we should be able to reach the next Awkward Tail in time. And we do before they even can get to their own charge move, which is amazing for us. As this is going to force the final shield, and they actually threw at the same time. I'm not sure, I don't think this knocks us out yet, and we can swap out here right now. Ursaluna can farm on the Togekiss, and of course we have to go for the completely unnecessary high horsepower here just because we can. That's going to be it, that's going to be the game, and good game there to the opponent. Let's take a look at the second to last game for today. We're going to have the Gyarados against the Snorlax. Let's take a look what we can do here. You're going to stay in for a little bit and let the opponent throw a charge move first. I'm going to try to put them into range where I can just knock them out with one Avalanche here with my Mamoswine. That's exactly what I'm going to try to do here right now. And let's take a look if this is successful for us. Let's see how much damage it's going to do right now. Not enough. I actually thought it would do a little bit more damage against the Snorlax, but Snorlax is just a very bulky boy. And I'm going to go ahead and go for the Body Slam bait first. And now I'm going to go for my own charge move right now, and they're most likely going to shield this because they are at a superpower. So I'm going to shield this move up as well, and now I am shields down, but at least I got rid of one of their Pokemon basically. But in comes now the Dragonite, which we can still go for another charge move, which is amazing for me, but I kind of have to get rid of their energy, so I'm going to swap out immediately now into my Gyarados, where I can go ahead and go for the Crunch. This is going to do a ton of damage, doesn't get the debuff, but we will be able to now go ahead and let this move go through from the opponent, of course, because we don't have a shield. They waste their energy. I can try to go to the Mamoswine, I can farm them all the way down. And again, you know already, Mamoswine is insane. Mamoswine again sweeps an entire team here. Knocks out the next opponent's Pokemon there, and also the Snorlax has no chance to win this game here. And you see already, it's more a Mamoswine showcase. This Pokemon is just insanely strong. Let's take a look at the final game for today. We're going to have a Mamoswine in the lead here against us as well. And I remember this is actually, I think, the most difficult game that I had during the entire time here. Against a fellow Mamoswine user, of course, because this Pokemon is a very strong Pokemon. We're going to get out the Metagross right now. And I will be able to go for one Avalanche bait here to get the shield from the opponent. Now I'm going to try to go for the high horsepower. And because we have high horsepower on our other Pokemon, the Ursaluna as well, I feel like shielding this move up here might be the best idea for me. I can go ahead and go for the high horsepower to get the final shield of the opponent. Now they can farm me all the way down, but I can go ahead and go into my Gyarados, which will be able to take those moves pretty easily here at least. The Meteor Mash going to be resisted, but I am kinda forced now to shield this move up. I don't think I would have survived another Meteor Mash thanks to the Bullet Punch damage there. And now we're shields down, and you know already the opponent's Mamoswine has a ton of energy stored. And this is basically a game. There's not a lot that I can do here really. I can go ahead and go into my Ursaluna against the opponent's Snorlax, but like there is nothing I can do here really. Body Slam is coming through. They're gonna be able to go ahead and go for a Superpower soon as well. I'm gonna go ahead and let this move go through from the opponent first and then try to go for my Superpower. But no, they have Earthquake, and this is the way to win this game. We have to try to go for the high horsepower here, and we have to hope that the Ice Punch is coming through in time. Let's take a look at this one. Can we go for the Ice Punch in time here? Let's see. We are... Oh no, it's going to be the Metagross coming in first. Can we go for the high horsepower? Now we're going to swap onto the charge move, which is going to make them energy dry basically. And we can go for the high horsepower to knock out the opponent and win this final game. I hope you enjoyed this video. This team is amazing to play right now. Unbeaten, 10 games in a row here against a lot of really decent players. Hope you enjoyed this. See you in the next one and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.